Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your Harsh Truth reading for January 15th through February 14th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Free People Tarot. Check her out, show her some love and support. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Sagittarius, what's your harsh truth? Full disclosure, not full, but just, I don't know what the last reading was like, but I feel like you're on an upswing, so fingers crossed, because I know there was a run of like 6 months of just, so I feel like this is you on an upswing, just saying. Okay, all right. And we come out swinging. Death. All right. Judgment. Ooh, the World. 5 of Wands, 4 of Swords, Queen of Wands, 8 of Swords. All right. Okay. So we got Scorpio, Sagittarius, or Cancerian, Aries. Okay. How are we doing here? All right. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. And 4. So I got 2 4s. That's, oh, this is, yeah, you guys are still squabbling here. There's still issues. There's still, you two haven't been able to come to an agreement or to work this out. You're not on the same page, and there's kind of this conflict going on. This, and I'll tell you what, it's still not going to be done. You're still not going to be done with this. You're just, it's like there's going to be a truce drawn, but it's not done. So if you're thinking it is, it's not yet. You might have changed, but you're still going to be dealing with this person. Of course, it can be on your terms, as far as like how you want to deal with them, but you're not finished with this situation with this person yet. What's this judgment about for Sagittarius? What's this judgment about for Sagittarius? The Moon. That could be Pisces or Cancerian. What's this world about for Sagittarius? What's this world about? Stand your ground. I'll tell you that right now. You need to, whatever your position is, maintain it. Because you're honestly, like, you're on an upswing and you're on the side of right. For the Sagittarians I'm reading for, you've got a reason you're feeling this way, and it's time that this got drawn out, that this was pulled out and looked at. What's this World card about? The World. Okay. Definitive there. What's this 5 of Wands about? What's this 5 of Wands? Page of Wands. So what's this 4 of Swords? What's this 4 of Swords? The Devil, that could be Capricorn. What's this Queen of Wands about? For Sagittarius, what's this Queen of Wands? Oops. I'm going to go flipped over there. It's Queen of Wands first. So what? King of Swords. All right. Well, you're still not done. Okay. So I hope that this is about you kind of working through some issues and kind of cleaning house emotionally, but you're not really involving the other person. You just kind of want to break after what you've been through with them, and time to kind of let the fallout, deal with the fallout. I hope this is you not wanting a reconciliation. I hope this is about you finally not caving and saying, no, I know what I know. You're not going to gaslight me anymore. You're not going to tell me what's what, and you're not going to get away with being shady about, things that are mine that need to come back to me, or however it's playing out. I feel like you're standing your ground, and this is kind of a huge shift for you. I think your person just wants to be done with it and move on, and they don't want to deal with this anymore. But for you, it's much bigger. This is part of your healing and growth. There's a huge ascension cycle going on. I don't know what the planetary counterparts are, but I know that across the board, people have been feeling this, that there's like this leveling up or this shifting, and I think you're caught up in it here, because especially the way it feels, and then the last about 5 or 6 months, this is you finally putting an end to not only a dynamic with a person, but also this shift, this spiritual shift, this karmic shift. You're finally closing out this chapter, I guess. What's this? 8 of Swords. Stand your ground. You need to stand your ground. Whatever position you are, maintain it. This is 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. 4 of Wands. What's this 8 of Swords? 8 of Swords. 2 of Cups. Okay. So it honestly, whatever you're doing, you need to do so independently. And what your job to do right now is to do nothing involving this person. You need to be under yourself, and you need to keep processing and dealing with finding out your truth about this situation. I don't want to say the accuracy of the situation doesn't matter, but I feel like there's been a lot of gaslighting going on here. I feel like someone doesn't really, you're kind of on your own in this, because it's like you're having to figure things out on your own. But what matters is your experience of it. Truthfully, not what you need to make it into, but you need to stay true to what you know to be true per your experience. I think this is someone that is kind of used to having things a certain way, and when you're not having it anymore, when you're asking questions, when you're putting up a kind of a barrier, going, no, wait a second, I want to check this out, or why would this, or fact checking. I think they're just like, you know what, I'm done, I'm out. And that's very telling. Obviously, you know that, but that you need to stand your ground and stick to your guns. And I don't know what or why, but it doesn't have to be over, but it does have to be on your terms. They can't just come back and have their way with whatever. I don't know what it is, but I feel like they're going to come back, and there's this push. I feel like this push when they come back, and you're going to have to stand your ground. You don't need to be afraid, because the bark is always bigger than the bite. And if they do have a bite, you also have a bite, and you have help. So it's not about being afraid, but I think this is just about you rising up and seeing things differently. And once you know, you can't not know anymore. And it's almost like, because of that, being like, no, I know what I saw, or I know what happened, or this or that. You're not going to tell me different anymore. You're not going to know. Then it's like when push comes to shove, this is you rising up. This is you getting vertical on this. And I hate that it had to come to this, my gosh, but it's almost like, because of the way things are, they just have no use for this interaction or relationship anymore. There's a lot of pettiness going on. There's a lot of, it's not kind of this reprieve where you get to kind of sort through things. This person's not going to let you get the advantage. They're not going to let you see things the way they really are. And if you are starting to they're not going to agree with you. They're not going to admit to anything. They're not going to confess. This is not someone that wants a reconciliation or anything to do with the situation any longer, that no longer is going to go their way or in their favor. So this is you completely withdrawing and standing down and containing yourself, and any kind of fear or emotions or anxiety you have about this. It's your job to give that a container and to work through it and to move through it, not to reach out to this person and try to work it out with them. Your access to them needs to be done. They are not going to be a reliable source of support for you. That's the nicest way I can put that. This is about you withdrawing and disengaging and starting to look to yourself and your tribe and coming from a position of strength instead of fear and worry. Let this be the reprieve and the relief and the time to heal and gather your thoughts and to what is that over there? Learn from this and to kind of just get grounded. This is not a time to kind of see if there's still any way you two can kind of come to an agreement or work this out or plead your case or explain yourself or to ask for clarity. This person's not they're not interested in that. And it's a shame because you'd be amiable if it were, because you don't want to fight. I mean, you'd rather this, you're going through a huge shift here, and you'd rather this be kind of like, okay, you know what, no harm, no foul. I get it. Can we just not hate each other? But they have no interest in any kind of bridge building or anything, so no. And don't you go looking to them for support either, because you're going to be shunned or mocked or ridiculed or treated with, it's no, just no. What else for Sagittarius? That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario, you'll just be, not best, but the least volatile scenario, you'll just be kind of ignored and somebody will be like moving stealthily around and not engaging with you. The worst case scenario is outright just pettiness and just, yeah. What else for Sagittarius? So, initiative. I don't like it. I think, again, this is about you. Please don't take this for it's about me now, right? No, it's not. This feels like it's you continuing and getting vertical and staying on your own path to figuring out what the heck was really going on instead of believing the gaslighting. And at the same time, accepting and knowing for yourself what really happened instead of having to go to this person for clarification or validation or verification. You're not going to get it. And this is about you getting vertical. This is about you, you finding the validation within yourself and trusting yourself. There's that whole trust your inner guide. Yeah, this counts because you need to break away from being able to have this person be a source of anything for you anymore. This is about you being able to rely on yourself, getting your back up, getting vertical on this. And knowing what you know and not needing them to agree with your perception of what happened. Because they won't. What else for Sagittarius? In the beginning, I said you're on an upswing. Okay, yeah, as far as the tide shifting, you going, no, I know what I know. You can't convince me. Otherwise, you're not going to gaslight me anymore. But it doesn't lead to reconciliation, alas. And I don't think it should. I don't think this person has your best interest or even the relationship at heart. Like they're done. What else for Sagittarius? You might, Magician. It could be that you're thinking about, if I this, if I this, if I that, if I do this, if I do that. Now is not the time for that. Now is the time for you to focus on yourself and what you know to be true about the situation. I have this feeling that the minute this person disengages from you and goes dark, that you're going to panic and want to try and make everything right again and try to re-engage and I vote for you moving through that. I vote for you going, whoa, look at how I'm reacting now. Okay, easier said than done, I know. But when that fear kicks in again, when that panic because this person's distancing themselves from you kicks in again, that's what you need to look at and pay attention to and I hate to say it, but sit with. It's not about fixing it. That's going to be your new normal for a while. This is not about looking for someone else to fix it or fill that or help you with it. This is about you being self-contained and being like, okay, I guess today's going to be like that panic day, or, oh, well, this feels like crap. But you kind of are all you have in this situation, and it should be that way. Aside from friends and family, you need to stay self-contained. You do not need to reach out to this person anymore. They're not going to be a source of support or clarity or validation for you. Dang it. All right. What else for Sagittarius? Sagittarius. We got the Four of Swords twice here. Oof. Sagittarius. We could be dealing with someone, either you or your person dealing with addiction issues, and they've had it. Somebody's had it. And they're like, I don't want to talk to you for the next 6 months. I need to know you have 6 months of sobriety under your belt. Or 6 months of not being, affected by something under your belt. Someone, I don't know who, but we could be dealing with somebody that's just done because you're not done with this person, you're done for now. But for somebody, your person is drawing a hard line in the sand, like, I am not accessible, I am not a support for you. What else for Sagittarius? So we got Hangman, reverse, no, it's not reverse, and Four of Swords again. Hangman and Four of Swords. So this could be Pisces. We got Four of Swords 3 times here. This is healing and reprieve, and you both need a break from this dynamic, especially if there's addiction and recovery involved. You both need a break here. I think maybe your person is like, I can't be involved in any way because the dynamic between us needs to shift. And either you or your person needs to change first, and then the dynamic can change, that sort of thing. It's not something you can work on changing together in this situation. I'm not speaking as a counselor or therapist here. I'm saying for this reading, for the Sagittarians, I'm reading for your person's drawing a hard line in the sand here. And your focus right now needs to be on yourself, and you're figuring out and moving through what you're dealing with and not reaching out to them for support or clarity. This is about you. It's like you're on the precipice of a breakthrough, and you need as much downtime and recovery and support from your own network and your own resources. But this is not about you two need to be in your separate corners right now. This is not about you two working through this together. We got the Judgment, Death, Hangman, Devil, then the 3, 4 of Swords. You're going through something, and it needs to be with your own support system. This needs to be a relationship-free area right now. That's for Sagittarius. I think that's when it's hardest. I think that's why I felt like the push or the surge, because you're like right there, and that's when it's the hardest. That's the dark night, and that's... Oh, I already did the dice. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay, so, all right, Sagittarius. So that was your harsh truth. And please stay grounded and know that you are moving through this. You are not staying here. This is passing, and it is a it's a life lesson, not a sentence. And if you have friends and support that are at your disposal, please stay connected to them, because you are moving through this and you're doing good, and you're like halfway there. You need to keep going. When going through hell, best to keep moving. Okay. I hope this was helpful. And I hope, I can't remember if I've told you, but the thing is that you're done for right now, but this, and it's, just going to leave it at that. You're not done. There's a transformation taking place. So whatever you had was done, and you need to see this through. Whatever with anybody is going to be on the other side of this, or in a couple of months, 6 months, something like that. But this is not a time for you to be with somebody. This is about you moving through something with grit and mettle and everything you've got and your support system. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Love and support to you with this, and you take care.